Cool. So this exercise, you're given, where's the input? I'm not logged in. I'll log in later. So the input is a list of things like this, where you have a number, then you have a dash, and then you have another number, and then you have a letter. Then you have colon, and then you have a string of letters. And what this means is if the letter A is contained between 1 and 3 times inside this word, then the word is valid. This is a password, and this is a password policy. So this says the password must contain A at least 1 time, at most 3 times. And so we can see that the second one here is not valid because it says it has to contain B at least 1 time, at most 3 times. So let's get started. So we're gonna work in day 2. This is going to be a main file because we are going to run a program here. So the program will do the same thing as usual. So it will do, we will read a file from standard input, not standard input, from arguments. Get args. File contents, and this is read file from file name, and we need to parse this file, right? So we need to get the structure here. So this will be a pair, right? So I'm gonna say, so this will be a pair between policy and string, right? So parse file takes a string and returns maybe policy and string, right? And we're gonna leave that for later. Let's say main is also partial, right? Because we don't really care if things don't work out. So just file is parse file of file content. Okay, so we need to read the file. Now the file has been parsed. What we need to do is put string and say something like valid passwords is length of filter. I'll just say counts passwords, right? Parsed. Cool. So there is 3 bits to this, I think. There is valid password, right? So this takes a policy, a string, and returns a bool, right? And there is count passwords, which takes a list of policy and string and returns a net. So this is show valid password count. So is valid password takes a policy and a string. We haven't defined what a policy is quite yet. So a policy will be this thing on the left, right? So a policy is contains 2 things, right? It contains which letter we're looking at and how many times we should be looking at it. Like, what's the minimum and maximum? So let's define it here. So instructor is make policy. So there is the minimum, which is nat, the maximum is a nat, and there is the letter is a char, right? And those should not be string, those should be a list of char. Right? Yes, does this compile? No, line 18. What's wrong with line 18? What? Ah, here. Yes, and now I need to import system, import, oops, I'm just gonna copy, oops, system.file, right? It's not file. Ah, yes, this read file needs to be right. There we go. Cool, cool, cool. Because read file can fail, so here we're saying assume read file doesn't fail. Okay. So let's do the count passwords first. Because count password should be easy. So count password is just, is there a count in here? I think it's in data lists. There's no count. Let me look at GitHub, Idris Lang, Idris 2, not issues. Yeah, the chat is coming up the stream, that's fine. Idris has nested updates, yes. That's what I mean, like, they're slightly nicer to use. List count from, count. Is it satisfy? No. Let me search for length and then filter. Libs, there is no count. I have to do length and filter. Is valid password. So yes, we need to do this then. This is uncurry, and this is map, unpack. Is this compile? Oh my god, Giga Brain compiled the first try. Massive brain. Does this map, this does the unpacking of the second argument. Uncurry transforms this into this. Filter just checks that every password is valid, and then length just gives you a length. Okay, and now is valid password. So this will be split up further, right? Let me pattern match on this. So the letter is the one we're looking for. Oh, we don't need to. We can do this. We can do let count. Count is. I'm gonna do this. Just gonna do this function list A to nat, and this is a tuple, and count p of ls is length of p of filter p. Yes. It didn't compile, but I'm sure it compiles. So now we get the count out of xs, and thing is equal letter. And now we check if c is smaller or equal than maximum, and c is smaller or bigger or equal than, actually I can just do this, right? Minimum smaller or equal than c. This works, right? Yes. Imperial Waffle, if you managed to use search, you were probably using Idris 1 because it's not implemented yet in Idris 2. So this is just count. Cool. Yes, so this is using Idris 1. So now the problem has been solved. We just need to parse the file. So ls is lines of input, and now it's traverse of parse pair of ls, and parse pair will take a string and return maybe alt C string, right? Does this compile? Strings. Yes. Right, so how do we parse this thing? So this is we split at every space, right? How do I parse this thing? Let me look at my input, my actual input. Actually, can I log in like this? Oh, I can, nice. So does the input have more than, yes, it does have more than one digit. Is there a way to split? Is there a way to split a string in spaces? Strings. Words. Split a character into a list of white space separate letters. No, I want this bit for strings. Where's words? This thing. Okay. So we want the words, right? Except this has always the same structure, right? So this is, first one is the range, the second one is the letter, the third one is the word, and otherwise just return nothing, right? I think this works. Then you put it here. Does this compile? So range is just parse range. Actually, this should be a do, shouldn't it? Ah, here I can do my thing. Can I? I don't think I can. Let's just try it. It still gives me parse errors. I'm surprised the file is not covering. Well, no shit. Why is this not working? Oh, it is working. I'm a dummy. Okay. So let's do R is parse range of range. L is parse letter of letter. And then once we've done this, we'll return make policy of R, L, and word. And here we just need to do parse range, string, maybe. Oh. MN, MX for minimum and maximum, and this will be MN, MX. So this is nat and nat. Cool. Parse range of inputs. So now we need to split at the minus sign or split break. Split the string into a part before the predicate and returns this is the thing. Okay. Break equal, and this is a character, so the character is this. So this is MN and MX. And here what we do is simply we can use applicative brackets and say I forgot, is it parse positive? I used it yesterday. Parse positive MN parse positive MX. Line 28. What do I mean? There's it. Oh. It's not aligned. Parse range. Yes, X. Wait, what? It's because of this. Ah, it's confused for break. So we're looking at strings. Where's break? Here, strings.break. Oh, I didn't give an argument. So here's input. Cool. And now we just need parse letter, string, maybe char. And this is just input, and we do head prime of unpack. Fantastic. Cool. All right, so now it's time to download the input. How do I save this thing? Documents, no, home, projects, here. Cool, cool, cool. Okay, so here's the whole thing, right? So we have a policy, it's a triple. We have a way to count things. We have a check that tells us if a policy matches a list of characters. We can count those things, and we can parse the file. And the parsing is the most complicated thing, as usual. All right, so now we can do idris2-o main day2. And now I can do build /exec/main and then input. And we have a problem. Why do we have a problem? Line 46. So we cannot read the file somehow, right? Left. There it's put string line. Show error. Let's compile it again. Let's run it again. Oh, it's not the same. Okay. Could not parse. Partiality just saved me from writing those error messages, right? Oops. Compile. Crap, where is it? Run. Could not parse. Okay, so a parsing function is not working. So somewhere in here, it's failing. What could it be? Does this begin with a space or what? Let me open the input. This looks okay. Let me debug this. This is a great example for debugging an Idris program. So, gonna do this. Gonna do day2. Cool. And now we're gonna do. Let's see. Here we're gonna do this. Sample is a string. Sample is this. And my kingdom for interpolated multi-line strings. So if I do sample, I get this right. So now if I do parse file sample, what the heck is happening? Do I need to do the R and N? Yeah, that's just Windows, but like I'd be surprised if oops, I did quit this thing. So parse file sample. Damn, it's really struggling. What's going on? Okay. So let's move this somewhere else. At the top level, right? Close this, do this. This still compiles, right? God damn it. Yes, this still compiles. So now if we do parse pair of, let me grab one of those. Whoa. Undefined parse pair, obviously, because I didn't load the file, day 2. Parse, so let's load day 2 IDR. Idris is weak because of type and type, I guess. Okay, this is working. What's the other one? Parse range. Parse range of 1, 3. Nothing. Strings dot break. That's the problem. Oh. Oh, I'm done. Oh my god, are you kidding me? That's why. Okay, I did not realize this. I did not realize that break would keep the... Okay, this is the problem with break because I misread the thing. Oh, it breaks at C. Splits the string into parts. Okay, so break is the culprit. I guess I could just break and remove like the first one, right? Just do strtail. Let's do that.
I need some music.
Right? Let's do that. Where's break? Here. Inputs parse positive of strtail. And since we don't care about correctness today, we're just gonna do this. Does this compile? Yes. Fantastic, we got it. Yes. So now let's go with part 2. Okay, part 2. Passwords are validated correctly. But it's not exactly what the system is expecting. The guy explained the old one. Each policy actually describes 2 positions in the passwords, where 1 means the first characters and 2 means the second characters, and so on. One of these positions must contain... exactly one of these positions must contain the given letter. So 1, 3 is valid because one of those is this, yes. So, okay, this makes sense. So strings are indexed by 1. And the policy says one of those 2 positions has to be the letter. Okay, so that's going to be extremely easy. So we're going to copy day 2 and put into day 2 parts 2. And so the change is easy. It's instead of this, how can I index within a string? I guess I can index within an array or within the list, right? Yes, because here I have a list of cars. Chat, does index exist? Index. Oh, index exists. Ah, but it needs a. Is there an unsafe index? In strings.extra. Let's go. Data. Oh, it's in contrib, isn't it? I meant for lists, yeah, because I've already got the characters. I already unpacked the string. Data dot list. No. Then ref blah 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 list. So if I look at index, there's this. Yeah, I don't want the inbounds. I don't care for the inbound. Let's just run our own. Unsafe index, right? And this is, oops. Oh my god, I can't type. Partial. And this is list A. And A, right? Did I delete? No, this is the thing, right? So, so I need to do C1 is the first character, so this is unsafe index of minimum and word, and C2 is unsafe index of maximum word. And now we need to do C1 is the same as letter, or C2 is the same as letter, right? And now unsafe index is if we are at 0, then assume that there's something and return X, and otherwise do this. Unsafe index K access, right? Cool. Let's compile. Fantastic. I guess I can just compile it. Oops. Compile it. Run again. It's the same. Main 2. Oh shit. Wait. Oh, it's because, yes, I'm a dummy. There we go. We forgot subtract 1. Oh. Oh, that's right. Yes. Yes. Yes, because strings. Oh, thank you, chat. This would have taken me ages. Oh, it's only one of them? Wait, also C1 equal letter different than C2 equal letter. Yeah, because like normal programming languages are indexed with 0. Oh, it's XOR. Does this exist? Come on, it doesn't exist? Are you kidding me? How do you do XOR? It's A or B and not A and B. XOR A B bool. This is what you get for using a research programming language. Oh, I can just implement it like this. Like a big dummy. False. True. This is true, and this is false. Nice. So I need to index by 1, right? So unsafe index minimum word. You know what I can do? This chat is gonna scream. Enjoy. This is software engineer for you. No, no, no. Well, I'm gonna try it. It's gonna work, and I'm gonna laugh, right? There we go. Nice. Okay. So please don't do this. This is awful. Wait, why write XOR function? Because XOR looks nice, right? Okay, so I need to minimum maximum word. How can I do this? I can do that. Oops. This is terrible. Is there a better way to write this? Actually, I wonder if it'd be hard to prove that it's correct. I'm just annoyed at this index thing. I guess we could change it here, right? Yeah, let's change it here. Unsafe index. Let's change it here. I'm gonna call it unsafe index, unsafe index 1. Right, so this indexes a list from 1 and doesn't check or bounds. Right, so this doesn't exist, and this is a thing, right? This returns 1, and this returns correct. So let's compile again. Cool. Oops. I think I'm happy with this. This is pretty bad, but honestly, who cares?